It's alright.
Oh my god!
Yo guys, what is up? Max on a Borderlands 3 video, and today we're going over updated 5G flak, my Gamma Burst flak build. Now, there has been a lot of requests for updated builds. This one was the most requested updated build, and I got some cool things to show you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you do, be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And with that, guys, let's get right into it. So the first thing we need to talk about with 5G flak is gear, and prior to this level 72 update, we were using URAD with this build. We were a URAD Gamma Burst build. However, we are changing to while Gamma Burst is active, gain a 115% bonus radiation damage. Now, the biggest downside with this anoint is you lose it when Gamma Burst goes away, but with URAD, you get to maintain it at all times. Now, I want to show you guys something very interesting. Let me take off my shields and my ASCs. So I'm gonna do a ASC or a Gamma Burst. So now that my Gamma Burst is active, I'm going to be dealing radiation damage and corrosive damage. See, corrosive radiation, corrosive radiation, corrosive radiation. Now, when my Gamma Burst runs out, I'm going to lose my radiation damage because it's only active while Gamma Burst is active. Correct? Wrong. Look. You still deal. This anoint persists even when Gamma Burst is not active. It just persists. It does lose when you swap weapons, but it'll reactivate if I pop Gamma Burst. So, like, as you can see, still doing radiation damage. If I swap to this Becca, now no longer radiation damage, no longer radiation damage. But if I pop Gamma Burst back up, doing radiation again. So Gamma Burst is what we're going for. URAD was changed, so URAD is now only 100% bonus damage. And yes, it's better if we were using other things other than guns, but this is primarily a gun build, and Gamma Burst is going to persist with that 115 radiation damage, and we don't have to lose our full health. So we are going 115 Gamma Burst, which is super nice because I've never really made a build using this anointment. It's always been URAD, but this is now better. And I timed runs with URAD versus this Gamma Burst anoint and this Gamma Burst anoint 1. Next up, we are using Gamma Burst with the Red Fang class mod. Now, the biggest thing to understand is the Red Fang, while Gamma Burst is active, Flak's pets tunnel enemies. This gives you insane survivability. This is one of Flak's best class mods. Enemies just straight up do not shoot you if you have this thing equipped. It gives us a ton of survivability. Now, Dominance is typically where we would go. We typically go full blue tree on 5G flak. We go down to Dominance, and Dominance is going to, when we hit enemies, basically give us the effect of Red Fang. This is redundant. It is redundant to use Red Fang with Dominance, and when I was using that, I noticed that if I spec'd Green Tree, I could actually get more damage. So we're going from a URAD build to a full health build where we're getting Hidden Machine, which is we're able to get 5 points in here to get big damage from Hidden Machine, and we're also able to get Power Inside, which is, since nothing's ever shooting at us, when we activate this, we're going to get 15 seconds of this double 50% damage, which is really nice. And yes, we don't get Pack Tactics. Yes, we don't get Shared Spirit, but the damage payoff is much greater from getting Fast and Furious, Hidden Machine, Rage and Recover for some nice healing, and Power Inside. And that allows us to do our Gamma Burst things while also dealing ridiculous amounts of damage, and our survivability is really good. Next up, with other gear, you can use whatever gear and guns you want. Genuinely, multi-pellet weapons are better on flak with this. If you want to use a Butcher, a Hellwalker, Becca, a Light Show, I mess around with the OPQ system, the Prompt Critical, the Heartbreaker Shotgun if you want to just like, because this has healing, the Crit, the Flipper. There's so many weapons. Once again, this is a use anything flak build, but the best weapon on this build by far is the Reflux, because it's insane chaining damage. And mobbing potential means that you can cycle and get your Gamma Burst back instantly. Now, for shield, there are a lot of options for shield. The best one, and I hate to say this because I tried to do this without this shield, is the Revolter. The Revolter is just simply the best shield. And we're using a Mitosis Hunter Seeker to throw as our grenade, both with a Hunter Seeker with an ASC Anoid, and the Revolter with the action skill start to get that 200% shock damage and 50% fire rate. Now, the second best option that I'd like to say is an Old God, a rad Old God that is going to increase your radiation damage because you're going to be doing a lot of radiation damage. Is very nice, but unfortunately just can't compete with the Old God. So if you got DLC 6, use the Revolter. If you don't have DLC 6, go for the Old God. If you got DLC 2, and if you have neither, I'd probably recommend a Frozen Heart, or you could use a Stopgap, a Transformer. There's a lot of different options, but definitely the Revolter and the Old God are the top two best choices. And lastly, we're also using a Pearl. If you want to like just use a Reflux, you could use a Hyperion Company Man. You could use an Atom Bomb, like Victory Rush here. The Pearl is just simply so good with flak and multi-pellet weapons. It's a ton of extra gun damage, and it works out very nicely. All right, let's get into our skill tree. So, showing on screen is this skill tree. And the first thing we need to talk about, because you're going to get mad at me, is I have no points into Persistent Hunter. Moxsy, why would you do that? Why would you not put points? It's free gun damage and action skill duration. Well, simply put, we can get our cooldown back basically instantly with the Revolter and all of the extra elements that we're doing. Per extra elements that we have on, we have extra chances to proc Megavore on those elements, and when we're using it with head count, we basically get our action skill back immediately. And we're doing that because we're using a Revolter, so we want to be able to keep this up. This is 15 seconds. Note that this is 15 seconds. Another cooldown that's also 15 seconds is the Power Inside. This is a 50% damage bonus for 15 seconds after we cast our action skill. And base Gamma Burst is 20 seconds. So we have 5 seconds of downtime. If we use Persistent Hunter, we're going to be making that time like way longer, and it makes no sense to spec this skill because we're going to be cycling Gamma Burst really fast. So we're going to have longer uptime on our ASCs, longer uptime on Revolter, and way more uptime, almost full time on Power Inside. So it makes no sense to try to increase the duration because once again, even the Gamma Burst anointment lasts through Gamma Burst. So even when Gamma Burst is down, you're still getting the damage from this anointment. So yeah, do not spec Persistent Hunter. It's actually going to hurt us here. For Blue Tree, just trying to get as many points as I can into Barbaric Yop, getting some points into Frenzy and to He Bites for the damage reflect. I put the rest of the points into Ferocity for the synergy with He Bites. And Hive Mind for some shared, because we're using Gamma Burst, our pet isn't actually going to die. It's going to always live, and if it does go down, we can just get it back up with Gamma Burst. So it going down from like Hive Mind shared damage, not a big deal. Typical Red Tree. I literally don't spec Red Tree flak on any different on any build. This is always what I spec. It just works very well. We don't need Grim Harvest for the pet damage. Gun damage, we're not scaling our pet damage. We don't need Ambush Predator. We'd rather have reload speed, and we're using multi-pellet weapons, so Two-Fang is not important. And then for our Green Tree. Now, the one thing that I'll say here is you could put more points into Rage and Recover. If you thought that you were going down, I just don't get shot at when using the Red Fang. So this is a little bit of passive health regen, or active health regen is very nice. But I'd rather go for the damage and just kill things way faster with Fast and Furious and Hidden Machine. Turn Tail and Run for some more fire rate and gun damage, or health regen and damage reduction, lick the wounds so we get back up. Overclocked for the fire rate after reloading fire rate. I found, I think Eager to Impress is currently bugging Gamma Burst. Maybe it'll be fixed. I actually mentioned this to Gearbox, but sometimes Gamma Burst gets bugged out, and I think it's when you have 5 points into Eager to Impress. So if you're experiencing that, try putting the points into Overclocked. I would put these points here anyways, just because I like having the extra fire rate with my weapons, and then Furious Attack for more gun damage. We are using Pet with Atomic Aroma and Empathetic Reg. Obviously, we are not using Endurance because we do not want our thing to last longer. We want it to be short and sweet and be able to cycle these gammas. So Atomic Aroma, Empathetic Rage. And yeah, guys, that is the build. It literally destroys all content. It's very, very simple. It's not like, if you're going to do bossing, if you want to improve it for bossing, take off the Red Fang because you're just one-on-one with a boss. Like, you want the damage. I swapped to a Bounty Hunter class mod. And then little cool trick that you can do. If you rack attack, you'll get all your action skill end anointments, and then you can Gamma Burst to get all your action skill active stuff. So then you Gamma Burst after the rack attack. So now you have your action skill end anoints like incendiary damage from your Hunter Seekers, but you're also getting Gamma Burst active, plus you already proc the Revolter, and so you could get like disgusting damage with that. And yeah, guys, I will catch y'all in the next one. Just a short little sweet flak build video. Download it from the Discord, and I'll catch y'all in the next one, guys. Take care. Peace. I was putting in the